everyone, welcome to the Paddock Porch. Round 24, the season finale is here and we are headed to Yas Marina Circuit for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, a track forever stamped in history because of the infamous 2021 showdown, the moment Lewis Hamilton's eighth title slipped away due to human error and Max Verstappen clinched his first World Championship win. I've been to Yas Island. I've even stood at the Yas Marina Circuit, not for a Grand Prix, maybe hopefully one day, but I stood there and underneath the floodlights overlooking the marina, I could feel the energy of that iconic venue. Racing there comes with its own challenges, heavy humidity, intense heat, and a track that demands everything from the drivers. This weekend, the question on everyone's mind is simple. Who will walk away with the most coveted title in motorsport? Who will be champion of the world? Will it be Lando chasing his first championship win, or his teammate Oscar Piastri also in the hunt for the first world title, or Max Verstappen? Will he get his fifth? The lights will go out and the world will be watching. Let us see who claims the crown at the pinnacle of global sports, that is Formula One. And so F1 farm, the Paddock Porch crew, buckle up, rev those engines, get your porch vibes on, get comfortable, get something to sip on, put on your good vibes. Abu Dhabi, the capital city of United Arab Emirates, brings us the season finale. Lights out, let's go. I have an awesome guest today. She is not a stranger to the porch. She keeps my blood pressure high on race day by shouting, do, 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 do. She was the instigator of the Piastri winning brigade on this porch. She was my first guest on this porch. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome her back on the porch. Rumbi, welcome to the Paddock Porch.
Thank you for having me again. Excited to be back here, especially after the previous race weekend. Caught me at a very good time.
So nice to see you. You are the one who started the Piastri win debate on this porch. And I didn't know I was in to be outnumbered because everyone else after you came with the Piastri argument. So I decided, let me take the Lando's claim of this debate and try and get a debate out of it. Otherwise, there would have not been any debate.
Honestly, we might need to circle back to that one. Hey, a lot has changed. A lot has changed.
Yeah, when we talked first, we were only thinking of McLaren drivers, and really it has been quite interesting because the driver you support now seemingly looks like he might just take another title. So I don't know. Let me hear it. Are you ready for the race day?
I That was a high. I think the last time I felt this nervous was probably when matric results came out. It's crazy. I don't know how it's gonna go. Even looking at qualifying and everything, I mean, we could all sit down and look back to 2021. I feel like it's so triggering for a lot of us in motorsport, but that's what it's feeling like right now. And I feel like the shoe's on the other hand this time, and it's like, I don't know what we're gonna get, guys. And I feel like it's anyone's game, hey? It's really anyone's game.
Yeah, because 12 points behind Lando is it's quite possible to get a win from it.
I think the last time we spoke, it was 104.
Yeah,
It was 100.
that's why I'm saying he narrowed it down. You know, Max, if the car is working, he does not think about it twice. He will win and leave the others in the dust. Because now, I mean, what happened in Qatar? I think obviously McLaren messed up their strategy for one, because everyone, when they pitted for new tires, right? They stayed out. So they thought like, we're going to pit later. That messed up their strategy. And really, I don't know, pairing good strategy and a fast car, it's really important, because if McLaren lose this year, I don't even know what they'll say. They had the fastest car, they had the fastest pace. It will be so ridiculous, and I don't know, it will be embarrassing, if I might say so, because this is the second year. If Max wins, I don't know if he'll win, but if he wins again, it will be the second year that he has outsmarted the McLaren team. So I don't know. Are you feeling like we are going to get a shocker from Abu Dhabi, or we are just going to get a normal race where the one who gets pole will win?
You know what? I feel like, honestly, this entire season has just been pure cinema. I believe the Yas Marina Circuit is really going to gift us something beautiful. And I think it's going to be something that none of us see coming. Unfortunately, I have gone back to my home base.
We must remind people not to trust Red Bull fans. They will
You know,
change
I
their
don't.
minds.
But you know what? At the end of the day, I wanted to come home, and if there's a single driver who's gonna do it, I think it'll be Max Verstappen. And if he does, it'll be something incredible. But also on the other hand, if McLaren do, that is what you were expected to do. They're supposed to be nowhere near these drivers. With a car that great, it was never supposed to be like that. It was supposed to go down with their two drivers. And now with Max having overtaken Oscar in the championship, I mean, usually, I like to gloat. You know me, I like to gloat post race. I like to enjoy my win. But watching Oscar's interview, man, that just broke me. He had
Yeah,
no
they
words for
messed up.
that.
They messed up their strategy, honestly,
It was
because
his to win, and there was
yeah,
just like the other way. And I don't even understand, man. Even when you hear Hannah talk about it, it wasn't it was strategy, but it wasn't some miraculous, magical thing. All the other
yeah,
18 cars did it, you know? It wasn't something that was just meant for Max and it made him, best and beyond. That's how we ended up with a Carlos podium, because it's just
yeah.
people playing their cars right.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll head on to the quick fire. So, I have some questions for you. No overthinking. Shoot whatever comes to your mind. And for the last time this year, the last quick fire on the Paddock Porch. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Lights out, let's go. Which three drivers in the current grid do you want to see on the Paddock Porch?
Obviously, number one will always be Max. I like blunt answers, and I think he's the funniest guy on the grid. Number two, definitely say Lewis. You know what? There's always going to be something inspirational to be said, and he's been such a big advocate for motorsport coming to Africa. Would really love to hear what he has to say. And for my third, let's throw in a wild card in there. I'm going to say Carlos because I feel like he's been
Oh.
running with those Ferrari questions this year, and I think we would need to grill him a bit about those because I know he has one or two things to say.
But do you think it's possible? Some of these drivers, like Lewis, has a lot of peer around him. Like the thinking behind this is to get a driver who will just shamelessly write to and tell them come to the paddock. But somebody like Lewis probably doesn't even do his own social media. So I don't know if it's reality. It can be real, but yeah, it's good to hope for a Lewis on the
But
porch.
I feel like if anyone can bring out something out of Lewis, it'll be you. Answers out of it.
Oh my
We might
God.
also have a little prayer circle for the Tifosi because if you think McLaren is having a bad in the office, you don't want to be Ferrari.
Actually, I'm not talking about Ferrari in this episode because that's why when you mentioned Luis, I was like, why did she even pick him?
The person for the prayer circle. It's for a prayer circle. That's what I would have to bring him on.
Yeah, so I'll shamelessly ask him to come on and I'll tell some other Shameless 10 crew to write below my comment and tell him to come. Yeah, that's interesting. I think Carlos would work. Max, I'm not sure because he looks like he doesn't like talking to people. It's like forced.
I like the answer. The answers are funny. I think over those past weekends, Zach Brown called him that horror character that just can't stop resurrecting and coming back for you. And he replied, he's like, you know what, guys, call me Chucky. I mean, who wouldn't want someone like that? We need a blunt person. We need the funny guy. And we need a serious guy. And I think I gave you all three.
Yeah, the funny guy you're saying Max, the inspirational guy you're saying Lewis, Carlos to just tell us what's happening at Ferrari. Give us some pointers on that. Thank you so much and thank you for the compliment. I would be so nervous if any of them come, so I would need another prayer circle for the Paddock Porch. What has been your favorite race this year?
I'm going to go with Brazil. Max didn't win it, but he did give us the drive.
Which was your worst race this year?
I think it was probably Max's worst position. I threw all championship hopes out the window. I was so over it.
So who's your rookie of the year?
Big ups to all the rookies. I think this was such an amazing rookie class of 2025. Overall, in general, picking one is hard, but I'm just going to go for the obvious. Kimi Antonelli. In the beginning, it wasn't looking so great, but I mean, second half of the season, he's just come into his own. He's been up there with George, sometimes even above. I mean, he's been really pulling his weight. I think anyone started to watch the sport would have not considered that boy a kid. But is he? 18 is
Yeah.
crazy. He's immense talent, and he's carried himself so well this year.
Yeah, Kimi has done well, and it's good to see someone grow. Like you're saying, he wasn't doing well at the start, but he grew into it. But I think all the rookies have had their moments this year.
I mean, if we had to choose a good runner-up, Ollie Billman is also up there. That's one cool kid, man. I'm just saying, in that house, Ollie can do something incredible.
Oli Behrman, because considering that he's driving a Haas, you understand, eh? Considering that he's driving a Haas, he has done a great job. And I don't know why the stewards keep giving him a penalty. Like he's a penalty magnet. He would really have good points if it was not for all these crazy penalties all the time. Isaac Haja also has had his moments this year. Getting podium was really, really crazy. And I enjoyed that. Everyone enjoyed that. Yeah, they have really done well. But I think Kimi, considering that we had doubts about him because you're saying his age, the amount of pressure on these drivers. Anyone can crack under this kind of pressure. And so he has come to really do well. He has a lot of mistakes to make because you must make mistakes to get better. But I'm really happy with his progress. So what are your Abu Dhabi podium predictions?
Max Verstappen P1,
Hey.
Oscar Piastri P2, and just because the Tifosi need a saving grace, Charles Leclerc P3.
I just know you took out Lando from that podium so that he doesn't beat Max. So I will put Lando on P1 because I want Lando to win the championship. And I will ban all bets and give both Ferraris P2 and P3. So I will put Hamilton on P2. I will put Charles on P3 completely just to give them hope because I don't even know. Hamilton has not gotten a podium this year, so I don't know. Let me just put him there as a sign of good faith, as a sign of support, as a sign of I don't know what else, but I'm just putting him up there because if he really gets podium, it would really mean a lot to me and to him and to all of Tifosi because this year it's been bad. So
we shall see.
And so Rumbi, you're back on the porch. So you had another answer to this previously. Rumbi, for the second time on the porch, who will be the World Drivers' Champion 2025?
Max Verstappen.
So people, this is your reminder not to trust a Red Bull fan. She was here previously and she said Piastri. Now she has deserted Piastri.
My own driver, I do not think he could do it either.
Honestly, Max has stunned us all. Like he's genuinely a great driver. He has stunned everyone. He has shocked everyone. I mean, we thought we would be looking at Piastri versus Lando Norris. But in the same breath, in Qatar, Hannah Schmitz, wow, this strategy engineer really made sure he secured a spot or he has secured an opportunity to win. Strategy is important in every race, actually in everything. But this one in Qatar, this lady was explaining that, when you're doing strategy, you are watching your closest rival, what they're doing. So the guys were telling her, Lando and Piastri have not pitted. Are you sure we should pit Max? And then she was like, yes. So this split-second decision by this lady has probably given Max a chance at winning. And so if he wins, we are going to celebrate Hannah. We are going to celebrate Max. We are going to celebrate Red Bull. But honestly, I think the turning point was in Qatar. Yeah, you changed your mind. But anyway, everyone is allowed to change their minds.
I make mistakes too.
It's not even a mistake. It's just you change your mind. They actually say only fools are the ones that don't change their minds. Yeah, so I want to talk about something, right? So your boss, let me call him your boss, started up a criticism on Kimi, right? That he let Lando pass. And when you were here also, we talked about this abusive culture where fans abuse drivers, they abuse other fans. And we were like, why would someone have such energy to hate someone they don't know? It feels really bad. They have had to block some followers from the Mercedes social media, from Kimi's social media, because some fans really went on a rampage. And your boss is the one who started this. So what do you think about that?
You know what? I feel like a lot of things that happen in a race, you know what? It's so heated. It's so in the moment. And even as a person, you don't take into regard what you're saying in any sort of way. The same guy you want to believe let Lando through gave him a good hell of a fight for a couple laps. This is not someone who just opened up a window. And I think, you know what, even Kimi, we were dealing with a situation where it was going to happen. It was inevitable. That overtake was going to happen at some point. But in order for us as fans, as us as part of the F1 community to just think we can go about it and threaten someone's life. I know that there's been some, yeah, like you're saying, strongly worded messages. It's outrageous. It's disgusting. There's no space for that. Honestly, the fact that you hide behind your keyboard is even more embarrassing. Max doesn't care about it. Red Bull couldn't care less about it. Why should you be the one to go fight their battles for them? You know what I mean? Unfortunately, it's just one of those conversations I feel like as a society, we're going to keep having till the end of time. There's no room for hate in this world. Anyone who wants to promote it is not anyone we want in our space. One community, we can laugh about our losses. We can celebrate together. The ones who should take it personally are the drivers. It's their livelihood. And at the end of the day, you're behind your keyboard. He's an 18-year-old driving a Formula One car. You'll never quite equate to that level of awesomeness. Be kind, and you have nothing nice to say. Don't say it at all.
Yeah, thank you for that. Because as you were saying, somebody who hates is somebody always beneath you. There's no one who is above you who will ever hate you. So this kid is 18 years old. He's at the pinnacle of sport. Like us in Africa, we cannot even dream of getting there. I don't know. Hating is so hard. I always tell people hating is so hard that I don't understand where people get the energy to do it. But anyway, I am sure they blocked them. But as you're saying, we have to keep reminding people, and especially in Africa, we are not supposed to be that invested to the point that we insult each other. I mean, we don't even have an F1
Race
African driver. We don't have an F1 African team. We don't even have an F1 African Grand Prix yet. So we watch to enjoy. Yeah, let's keep talking about it and encourage people to just have a safe space for everyone. Let everyone enjoy the races. Let's debate. Let's argue. Let's laugh about it. Let's cry for those who want to cry. If anyone has noticed, any guest that comes on this spot, no one is abusing anyone. We can argue, we can debate. And really, even when I'm putting out my content, my conscience is clear. I never lose sleep from my content because I know we were just debating. Everyone was giving their views, their ideas. No one comes really to the porch to insult anyone or to be disrespectful to anyone. I always say anyone, any driver on that grid deserves to be there. So we should really give them their respect for being on that grid. It's funny also that the next thing we are going to talk about, we also talked about when you were here. Adrian Newey is now the team principal for Aston Martin. I think we were foretelling something, you understand? Rumbi came to the porch, right? I asked her if Max Verstappen was going to win another championship with Red Bull. She said she doesn't think so. So I asked her, so which team would possibly give Max Verstappen a fifth title? And she said Aston Martin. So clearly you wanted the Max to follow Newey.
This might be one of my greatest prophecies. Newey, the team principal, a man who has worked with Max Verstappen very closely. They have a good working relationship. He never had a problem at Red Bull. You know, it was just time for something new. We all know he is a mastermind when it comes to the car. We won't even speak on his excellence.
Yeah, so it's good to have conversations because now if you look back, you're like, how did I think about that? Because I was checking. I was like, yeah, we talked about Adrian Newey with you. We talked about Max getting his fifth title. You know, so it's good to have conversations because when you look back, you appreciate your chain of thought from what you said earlier and what you're saying now.
Yeah, that one we're gonna have to wait and see a couple of years to see it unfold for real. Because
But I
think Max,
think Newey is likely to propose something to Max. As you're saying, they liked working together. So maybe he's going to propose something to Max, and we don't know if Max will agree to it. But yeah, he might actually propose a Max to Aston Martin move, which we'll, of course, see next year. But yeah, we'll come back to this episode.
we'll reevaluate this in 365 days. Truly, this Aston Martin is what we're expecting it to be. Yeah. That's an exciting venture. I think of something exciting. I'm sure I'm not the only person thinking about it.
Yeah. The only problem is which driver will they take out of the team? Because Lance it's the
Right.
family business. So I don't know if they would be willing to take out Lance, but yeah, let's see. Let's see what happens in the new year and see if Max will decide to stay with Red Bull or go to Aston Martin. And also just wait to see Aston Martin's performance with the new team principal. It's quite interesting that somebody who has passion for building fast cars is entrusted with being team principal. It would be really a good storyline in future if it actually works that Aston Martin managed to get this amazing performance from this one decision by Aston Martin to make Adrian Newey team principal. Let us see, but it will be a really good storyline for everyone who has passion for motorsport. Yeah, so what do you think about Africans trying their hand at creating F1 content? Like, we don't have an African F1 driver, we don't have an African F1 team, we don't have an African Grand Prix. What should young people think about when they want to do content?
Anyone who watches something, I feel like is always entitled to have an opinion about it and will have something to say. We don't have Premier League, but we watch it and we know we all have our household team in general. Africans were very overlooked continent for multiple reasons. And someone can believe there's some sense in us not having anything to do with motorsport in the sense of we don't have an African Formula One driver, we don't even have an African race, but we bid for these things and we want these things and support these things and we enjoy these things. And I would like to believe to some extent they do understand we're involved. Every time I always see, the Cape Town time zone and everyone's posts on what time to catch a race, it's always lovely. And we are building our own sort of community. I feel like it's the way I feel about like a lot of things, whether it be fashion and music. Us as Africans, we have found our way to create our own identity within the world. And in such a way that they've even fallen in with our music and our culture and our ways of life. I mean, there's a reason why people like coming to Africa, and there's a reason why motorsport should come to Africa. And there's also a reason why African F1 content creators have room and there's space for you. To the extent of when F1 does come to Africa, would want to see the likes of you, at that race. This is the time where the Porsche is going to be in the F1 paddock. This is the voice that we hear every day, and this is the voice that represents us as a people. It's important that we always have representation, and no matter what space it is. One thing about us Africans, we will make room. If you want to make a room for us, we'll make room. We'll open the doors. We'll create the opportunities. And trust me, they're hearing us, they're watching us, and it's only a matter of time. Fingers crossed for any African countries with a bid currently for Formula One race. Would love to have it on our home ground. But yeah, it's important. Representation is important. I'm pretty sure we do make up our own beautiful big chunk of F1 supporters and watchers. And like you're saying, you've been to the Yas Marina Circuit. There's people who've flown for the F1 from Africa, would like to see it on our own home ground. And in order for all those things to happen, we also need to create a community for it where they truly see that they're supported, they're welcomed, and they're loved here just as they're loved in their own homes.
Yeah. So I would love to see Africans do interesting content, right? We follow F1 troll, we follow F1 memes from other places. I think our young people should do graphics for, with African ties to
Yes.
it so that we can relate. We have funny ways of describing things. So I always see this content from F1 troll and I don't know, some other guys. But if I ever get an African doing that, I would be so happy. It's possible, but I think most of the people are afraid that we won't get support. And honestly, in the content creation space, I think we need to do better to support people because talking to some people who go to even these motorsport shows, they really tell you it's been really hard for their content to be noticed. So I don't know, but we need to have an F1 troll, an F1 meme that is done by an African. The content that is visible is not from those people who are coming. It is from us.
Us.
So you can imagine you're going online, then you see these people are the ones, somebody from Europe, someone from America. But if you come in, you're like, wow, I can see Rumbi doing something there. It will be so happy to see that and to enjoy that. And basically, to have that, we need to push our own narrative in that nobody feels that they won't get support if they start something. Like if somebody comes to me and tells me, I want to start F1 content, I come to your page, I see, oh, this one is actually a Formula One fan, they're doing content. I should be able to follow, to tell people to follow. You understand what I'm saying? So people won't really have a problem with support. They won't give up. Yeah, so because these narratives that happen online, they don't just happen. They are orchestrated by those communities. So for us, we don't have. But in Europe, they have. In America, they have. So us, we just go and help them make noise without even knowing where the narrative came from. Yeah, so anyway, let's really support our own. There are people who content creation is their livelihood. For some, it's passion, but for some, it's a livelihood. We need more people to do content on Formula One. We are African, and Africa is our business. We can be able to create our own narrative. We can be able to create our own communities. We are our best chance at building platforms, opportunities, and success in content creation and anything. So we are almost coming to the end of our episode. Thank you so much, Rumbi, for wrapping up the Paddock Porch season. Amazing conversation. I really enjoyed that. Thank you for always supporting and engaging me. It's a real public form of encouragement that I don't take for granted. So thank you so much for always supporting the Paddock Porch, and you are always welcome on this porch. I don't know if we'll get to meet before the year ends, but thank you so much. God bless you for publicly encouraging me. I will give you a chance to have your last say about the Paddock Porch, about F1, about life, anything you feel like you want to just give a wrap up of the year. I'll give you this opportunity.
First of all, thank you to the Paddock Porch for always inviting me, for always having me. It's so lovely to be able to have a place where I can share my own little opinions and just people to speak about the sport with. Like you're saying, we don't have much of a community in Africa, and to know that we have people who we share a love for motorsport with is something that's truly amazing. So thank you for always just being there. And I even remember I told her I wanted to have this conversation. We need to talk about this. This season has done a 360, and we just needed to have a discussion about it and how polarizing my own opinions were from our last visit till now. Always be kind to people, be kind to everyone. Formula One, we love it, we support it, and at the end of the day, it gives us something to talk about, brings us joy, sometimes a bit of depression. It's a roller coaster ride, and that's really the perfect definition for what the season has been. We thank everyone for their efforts and everything they put into it. That it's not easy, probably being away from family and from home for so long, do the jobs that they do, and to entertain us every Sunday. They do it for us, because God knows if they could be at their own homes, they would. In advance, I'd like to wish everyone a safe and blessed festive season. What we pray for peace, pray for good fortune in this world. We pray for everyone's safety. We're about to finish off the year. May we enter the new year in our stride. May all our dreams, all our manifestations be something that may come in the new year. And we always pray for growth and success for each other, for our peers, for Africa. Yeah, I wish everyone a beautiful, beautiful end to 2025 and an even greater 2026. And life's up and away we go.
Thank you so much. Wow. This is my last recording of the year. I can't believe we are already here. Like, I'm overflowing with gratitude. Every single guest who has made time to come through to the Paddock Porch, thank you so much for bringing your true selves, generously sharing yourselves with me and my audience. I cannot even comprehend or explain or say how grateful I am, but I'm really grateful every time that you've made for this podcast, everyone that has been encouraging me publicly, privately, any person, every subscriber, follower, anyone who has engaged with my content. Thank you so much. It has been encouraging. It has been a wonderful time interacting with Formula One fans that actually love the sport and want to talk about it. At the start of this year, I didn't think that I would be having guest episodes, honestly. So it's really a heartfelt gratitude to everyone, because I thought I'll just be talking to myself the way I was talking to myself on video. Anyone who has made time and has believed on this thing called conversation with like-minded people, I really appreciate it. I've honestly worked hard to create this content. I mean, I'm always editing at night and sometimes it's hectic. But yeah, I love that we have brought African voices, we have brought African accents, we have brought African ideas. Like everyone who has been to my porch is from Africa, so I really appreciate the support of everyone local. And yeah, we can build our own things. We don't have to copy or do what other people are doing. And everyone who gives in their input is really welcome. And anyone who wants support to start something, we are here. Let's build together, let's work together, let's support each other. And yeah, I appreciate anyone who has subscribed, followed, watched, listened, liked, retweeted, shared, commented, interacted in any way. It genuinely encourages me, and my heart is truly, truly full beyond words. That said, season 2025, from Melbourne to Abu Dhabi, from the pits to the track, from the drivers to the fans, from teams to managers, from grandstands to home Grand Prix. It has been an honor to watch, banter, celebrate with you all the only formula that actually works, the greatest sport on this planet, Formula One. On my own behalf and on behalf of the Paddock Porch crew, we send our heartfelt congratulations to Lando Norris. You are World Champion 2025. Long time coming. Delay is definitely not denial. Enjoy your first one and cheers to many more.
Congratulations, Lando Norris. You are champion of the world.
Until next time, in this case, next year, I wish everyone a happy holiday, a wonderful, blessed new year 2026. This is the Paddock Porch, where we talk hot laps, life, and family. Thank you once again for your support. I love you all. I'm Shiko, and as always, God bless.